Hey, welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. And joining us today is an expert who's been ahead of the curve in the digital marketing world for over 2 decades. Our guest is Kevin Roy, the CEO and co-founder of GreenBanana SEO, a digital marketing agency built on a radical idea, performance-based search engine optimization. Kevin's agency guarantees their clients will get on the first page of Google or they don't pay at all. With years of experience helping companies in industries from finance to biotech, Kevin has a proven track record of boosting profits and improving customer experience. He knows that as marketing shifts with new AI tools, most business leaders don't have the time to figure it all out. That's why we've got Kevin here to help us. Kevin Roy, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Kevin, you have said in the past that traditional SEO, search engine optimization, is no longer enough. What exactly is LLMSEO, and how does it change the way we think about search?
Well, that's a great question. So Bain Capital released an article, it was around June, and did some research on Google performance and discovered that 60% of clicks are now zero-click searches. So that means that 60% of the there's 405 billion searches a month, so about 260 billion searches, people are getting the answer on the top in Gemini and not clicking. So it's answering what they need and they're not clicking beyond that. So one of the things that we found is it's really important to get your business listed in those answer engine, like in ChatGPT, in Grok, in Gemini. So it's popping in those displays.
No, that's fascinating. Absolutely. And I am probably a product of that research that's been done. And I think you've just answered the question, but I just want to make sure I understand that many business owners are, again, still thinking that their ranking on Google is the finish line. So what are they missing about where search is going?
It's hard to say where search is going. I think that Google is going to just start to dissipate the rankings down the bottom. I know that they're not going to get rid of it completely because most of their market cap is through Google, is through paid ads. So they're going to want to have a display where they're showing results. They're going to have to show organic results and paid results. But I think a lot of the organic results down below are going to start to drop. So I think it's really important that you configure your website to rank in answer engines. It's not as difficult as you would think. I think a lot of the people that, I know I'm sort of going down the rabbit hole, but one of the things that we found is by following good SEO practices, writing good content, and getting high quality links is a great foundation to rank in answer engines. It's not everything, but it is a big piece of it.
So you've already talked about AI quite a bit, which I know is definitely something we talk about all the time here and Get Down to Business, and it's something every entrepreneur, every small business owner needs to pay attention to. It's not just for the big guys out there.
Oh, I agree.
Bottom line, Kevin, how does a company get mentioned in a ChatGPT, a Gemini, or a Claude response? Can you reverse engineer those answers?
So you're probably getting mentioned in it anyways. Reverse engineering the answers. I think one of the things that people are, I don't think they're missing. Maybe they're just not framing it this way, is the answer engines use fuzzy logic, whereas search engines use Boolean searches. So pizza, Boston, right? That's what you'd be searching for. Now you're searching for, you can even have a broken sentence. Where can I get good, pizza in and around near me in Boston with pepperoni? That's a terrible search string, but the answer engines can figure that out because I feel like
you've thought about that question before.
Right. So it's really hard. Exactly. It's really hard to say what answers do I want to pop in. I think you have to look at the main content. Like, do I want to pop for best SEO agency in Boston?
Kevin, I got to get to know a little bit more of your background. And I know obviously you've been doing this for 2 decades. You've been passionate about search engine optimization long before folks knew those 2 letters of AI. How did you get started, and what's the story of GreenBanana SEO?
So it was, good Lord, 2008. I had a job at a company called eRoom Technology. I was their marketing web person. And so I was building their website. They got bought out by EMC. Then my entire team was gone, and they were offering severance packages. I took one. I used my money to buy a computer. I went home and I went to 3 local businesses and said, I will build you a website for free. If you like it, tell your friends. Just don't tell them I did it for free. And that literally was what launched the business. So we used to do web development, and then we got into digital marketing, and then we got into SEO. And the second I started doing SEO, I got obsessed with it. And that was really the trajectory of the company.
I love it. When I go to grocery stores, I usually look for the yellow bananas. Tell me a little bit about why green banana.
So I was in Houston, probably, I don't know, the company wasn't always called GreenBanana.
Okay.
It's called Bayline Partners. And it was a boring name, but I was in Houston about 16 years ago at a conference, and we were talking about SEO. It was a technical conference. Everybody's presentation before mine was boring. The presentation that I had prepared was equally as boring. And I got up in front of everybody. There was a whiteboard, and I said, I'm not going to read my presentation. I'm going to show you how to rank on page 1 for banana, because banana is fun to say. But I couldn't find a yellow pen. I could only find a green pen. So I built this infographic of how to rank for green banana based on relevance and links and quality content, and came back and showed my business partner at the time, like, this is what I came up with. And he said, well, and now we don't have to think of a name. And so it's just the absence of a yellow pen was what caused the name to be Green Banana.
Oh my goodness, I love this so much. I'm chatting with Kevin Roy, the CEO, co-founder of GreenBanana SEO. We just heard the story of how the name came to be and how the agency really came to be. Again, focusing on performance-based SEO. Kevin's agency guarantees their clients will get on the first page of Google or they don't pay. But we've been talking a little bit about how, again, the ranking on Google is not the finish line. I want to go back to AI and a little bit about search results as well. You've talked, Kevin, about training the AI to see and trust your brand. What are the most important signals or assets to focus on?
So if you're a small business, Google relies heavily on external data, and they love reviews. So one of the things that I tell people, if you don't learn anything about SEO and you don't spend any time doing anything else, answer your reviews with a keyword of a product or a service and a location. Thank you for your, I was really happy that you enjoyed our pizza in Boston. Please come by again. I know it sounds corny, but I tell our clients, hey, do you want to be corny or do you want to make money and rank? So what you're doing is you're putting a reply that Google gives equal value to in a review, and that is going to send a signal back to Gemini. Another thing that you can do is do FAQs. And if you know how to do schema, put those FAQs in your schema, because the language models are accessing those a lot faster. But on the topic of your page, go into chat and say, I need to write a complete FAQ about the content on this page. And then you're going to take that and you're going to stick it on the bottom of your page. The language models love that because they're looking for questions and answers.
If I'm a business owner listening right now, and I appreciate you saying that, small business owner, which is the bulk of our audience, what's one thing that I should do this week to improve my visibility in AI-driven search?
Get reviews. So reviews are not, so there's 2 reasons for that. So reviews will help you in AI search. It's a very easy thing to do, but also maps to the best of my knowledge, and I'm part of an SEO mastermind group that I'm super lucky to be a part of. No one in the group thinks that maps are going away. People are very concerned that some of the search is going to go away, but maps is a big business piece for Google. So even if you're not ranking in the language models, you're still going to rank on the maps, and that gets a massive amount of visibility. But it will also help you in your LLM searches.
Super cool. Lastly, Kevin, you've built your business on accountability with a pay-for-performance model in 15 seconds. Why is that approach so important in this age of AI search engine optimization? And finally, how can we get in touch with you?
So it just makes it easier to get clients to understand that. I hate to say, but if those searches disappear, that model is not going to be working anymore. So we're going to have to, shift that. We're already actively working on what solution we're going to be able to provide.